What is up, guys? It's Twin Soul Poets. We are your go-to couple for love and relationship advice, dope spoken word poetry, and uplifting content. And full transparency, my wife hit the go live button prematurely.
Hi,
So
I was doing my hair, but here we are. We're gonna pop in early. Happy New Year, everybody. It's really good to be starting off the new year, to have you guys here with us, to start generating the energy for the new year, to start generating the energy of love in 2023. I'm really excited about today's process because Hamilton and I always feel like it's important to not only know what you are wanting in love, but also to know who you want to become in love.
I feel like it's dark in here.
Okay, we're going to brighten it up a little bit. But so that's what we're going to be talking about today. Since we have a couple more minutes, I think we'll just wait. We'll just leave it on and just wait to give people, if anyone was like waiting for the time to start. But if anyone is in the room, wants to ask a question, you are welcome to do that.
What's up? VR Heath.
VR Heath. Hey, thank you for joining us. Yeah, if you're just coming in, we accidentally leaned on the live button too early. So we're just kind of giving it a couple more minutes because we got 3 minutes until the official start. But thank you for being here. Happy New Year. We're just explaining this is going to be a very cool meditation. We're going to really be focusing on who you want to become in the new year, who you want to be in love. I think, honestly, it's the most powerful way that when we're talking about attraction, when we're talking about something like manifesting or attracting love, really being and emanating what you want is even more powerful than it's powerful to visualize. And I love the visualizations we've been doing about thinking about what kind of relationship you want to have and the dates you want to go on and what kind of person they are. But when you start focusing on the person you are going to be, the person you want to become in love, it supercharges it. And that goes for anything. I mean, we were talking about that. Anything that you want to manifest, when you can truly get into the energy of it ahead of the thing happening, that's what we're all, working towards, I think, this year especially.
How do you become the thing that you are seeking? How do you become that? If you're something we were talking about earlier, something I was focusing on a lot last year was receiving housing, like a stability. And what does a home represent, right? That feeling of stability, that feeling of security. So I began to really focus deep on how do I embody security? How do I embody that feeling of stability within myself so that I can connect with that energy and then see what comes into being? And I will say this past year had a lot of just security and stability and support show up in my life since I started to really try to think about how can I embody that within myself. So this kind of thing that really works, and this is what we're talking about today when we are meditating on what does love inspire me to become? Who does love inspire me to become? It's easy to visualize all the qualities that we want in our partner, but what does it feel like to try to be the partner that we want to attract, right? If you're thinking of someone, I want someone who really inspires me to be healthy and eat healthy and live a healthy lifestyle, mentally, physically, spiritually. How can I start doing those things now? Don't wait for the relationship to start eating organic or whatever it is that you're thinking about doing. Start doing those things now, and then funny enough, you might become the person that you we're wanting to meet. You might be actually inspiring somebody else and changing someone else's life by just being that now. And somebody might look at you and be like, wow, I've been wanting to eat that way. Look at what they're doing. There's all kinds of ways to start applying these things in the moment. And then the separation between the goal and the present moment starts to fade, and you start to realize, whoa, it's happening now.
Yeah. And recognizing that that commitment may also attract in someone else who wants to do that with you. So we're not
Mhm.
talking about trying to become perfect before you get a relationship, before you meet somebody, but sometimes your commitment, just saying, hey, I'm going to show up and I'm going to meditate every day, I'm really going to commit to doing that. And then all of a sudden you start dating someone and they're very much into spirituality and meditation, and you start a meditation practice together, or you start meditating on creating a business idea or whatever it is. It's like it can be a catalyst, it can be something that's going to really inspire other people.
And the R Heath is saying, and what or who you become influences your twin too. And we're talking about twin flames there before you align with them physically, right? And
I
yes, I
think
mean,
so.
I think on that's kind of like a quantum physics thing too,
Mm.
right? And even beyond just twin flames, it's like there's a lot of people who talk about the best gift that you can offer to the world in general
Hmm.
is to align yourself with the highest and best version of yourself, to live your joy to the maximum, is not just potentially beneficial to like a potential twin flame type partner, which maybe you see a lot of that mirroring of the self going
Right. It's like
on in those
heightened.
kinds of relationships. And Ingrid
Hmm.
and I feel like we have that relationship big time. So oftentimes it's very clear like the best gift we can offer to each other, right, is to really work on ourselves.
Hmm.
And that has been powerful for us many, many times in our relationship where like something we might be having conflict, we might be going through something tough, and maybe even like really wanting the other person to change something. It's like, whoa, what can I can't ever control what other people do, right? But I can control myself, and I can, okay, maybe this thing that's bothering me in the other person, maybe I can work on that myself. And ultimately that becomes like this source of inspiration. It becomes this, your energy changes to the point where like your, your energy is palpable and has real ripple effects on the world. So yes, for twin flames, but also just for like really the entire planet, like, this inner work has ripple effects beyond what I think we can even comprehend.
And what I'd say to specifically to that question to add, I would just say like take whatever that energy is what you're giving to the world and amplify it when it's a twin flame. It's like
Mhm.
even more so the energy that you're cultivating or whatever you're focusing on is going to affect whether you've connected physically or not. I think that is felt even more deeply because of that mirroring that's going on all of the time. So
Mhm.
that's something to be aware of. And that's again why we're about to put up a video tomorrow that is talking about the things that you can do to prepare the way for love. Because if you've already gotten yourself ready to start looking internally, to start learning your own habits and patterns, to learning your own triggers, it's going to help you that much more, especially if you get into a twin flame
Mhm.
relationship, because you're going to be face to face with all of those things.
And a good example, and we have a video coming up that we'll be posting tomorrow that where we talk a bit about this. But like a good example of this is like Ingrid and I met actually in a healthy communication course. It was like nonviolent communication. It was a lot about in relationships, and it was a lot about the blending of masculine and feminine essences, both not in a gender way, but like in relationships, intimate relationships, but even like work relationships,
Mm.
family relationships, and the relationship with self, right? Because regardless of whether you identify as a man, woman, or non binary, all of us have both masculine and feminine qualities within ourselves. And so we were both single at this time, about 10 years ago now. And we met in this course that was all about that. But you know, even though we weren't in a relationship, we were both seeing the value of, well,
Right.
I want to learn really powerful relationship skills because I know down the road, like ultimately, I want to share a connection with someone that is really meaningful, that is really coming from the heart, that's where I can really be authentic emotionally and express myself deeply and emotionally and really understand and connect from a deep spiritual place. And so we were investing in this course that was, about, I think it was like a 8-week course or something like that. And learned a lot of valuable skills and happened to meet each other there, right? And that course ended up becoming a very deep foundation of how we communicated with each other. It gave us an immense amount of tools that helped us navigate through some difficult things that we might have really struggled to navigate without those tools of communication, without those tools of expressing emotion clearly and being able to understand each other and come to maybe even a disagreement with a mutual respect and a mutual understanding that, okay, we're trying to solve the problem, together, and we're trying to learn how we can grow from this together, not, we're just trying to like prove a point with each other. So that is an example of like how even ahead of being in a relationship, you can work on relationship skills now, and that will serve you and actually maybe even put you in the right place at the right time to meet the people where you're,
Yeah,
that you're
because
eventually trying to
the
meet.
course he's talking about, I had already taken. So I was just coming to give a testimonial. So it's really an example of like me committing and saying, okay, I want to do this thing that when the relationship does come, will hopefully put me in a better position. And it literally put me in a position to meet Hamilton. Like, so
Yes.
that was really powerful. Hello, happy New Year.
Rosita.
Good to see you here. This is our new friend, by the way. This is Tina. I don't know if you can see Tina there. That's Tina. Hamilton named her. We name all of our plants, so we wanted a little green in our background here, and also for our like feng shui, it's really good to have this green growing wood element. So that's Tina. Say hi, y'all.
Tina will be a regular in our
Yes,
videos
absolutely.
forward.
So I think now that we're actually in the correct time, for those of you who just came in, I leaned on the live button and we went a little too early, but we're gonna just roll with it. But now we're right in time. It is 4:37 here, so I think it's a good time to jump in.
I just want to see this question. Soul cluster. Have we met our soul cluster? Are we familiar with that topic? Any insights there? I don't know if I'm super familiar with. Lucida says hello to Tina. Yeah,
name your plants.
Name your plants, because
absolutely name your plants.
If you've never read the book Secret Life of Plants, it is like a proven thing that plants have a very real like telepathic connection essentially with people. They pick up on our thoughts, intentions. They are communicating energetically. They can actually respond to thoughts, feelings, words that we speak and things in very real ways. So they are very much like conscious, sentient beings, and I think it really helps to create that connection when you name them, and
I agree. I want to jump in on this question that was asked, and I will say we have Javier and Rhaenyra over there too, so we really do name all of our plants. But what I would say is, I am actually a little more familiar with soul cluster idea. There's so many different concepts. This is something that I feel like is important. All of these words, right, are words to conceptualize things that really can't be conceptualized, if that makes sense. We give these things words, even with twin flame and things like that. Those are all things that we do to try to understand the ununderstandable, the unknowable, so that we can quantify it as humans. But I think sometimes it's beyond that sense of things. So oversoul is a term some people use. Soul grouping is another. I definitely know that I have met and know, family constellations. There's so many. Those are all words we use to describe an experience, right? To describe this human experience of interacting and connecting with other souls. So I will say absolutely yes. I have definitely have and know people in my soul group, and for me, it usually feels like when you connect with that person and you have this recognition, like there's this. You don't really need the formalities, and you just go kind of deeper into the relationship right away.
Yeah, I certainly believe in that. I've done personally some very powerful work with family constellation work, which builds off of an idea that there is kind of like a soul group that maybe karmically tied together for maybe lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes, and you go through certain cycles, and those souls or spirits are linked together because of some kind of lessons that you have sort of agreed to help each other learn, download, process, go through maybe lifetimes of lessons to like figure things out and to contribute to each other's evolution of consciousness, basically. And so I think that's a similar, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm like totally familiar with the soul cluster thing, but it sounds like it's that same kind of idea. And I agree with Ingrid that ultimately a lot of these terms and things are kind of like trying to explain something that's like really hard to necessarily explain or even like wrap our heads around, and we're just always kind of doing our best to figure it out. But
it's more like experiential, right? It's something that you know from experiencing the thing.
And based off of like things that I've experienced, like with that family constellations, and even with the course that we just mentioned where Ingrid and I met, like a big part of that course, and our friend who is facilitating it would often talk about this idea that the work we do within ourselves, whatever healing or whatever personal breakthroughs we have in our own process and our own evolution, that um, not only frees yourself from certain patterns or cycles, but you're also freeing and untying those knots for 7 generations of your ancestors before you and 7 generations of your descendants after you. And so we are all like deeply entrenched and linked through DNA, but also through like maybe spirit links, you know, with people that aren't in your bloodline and stuff. And so that is like kind of, it goes back to what we were saying in the beginning of this live, where like the work we do within ourselves is, I think, the ripple effects of that we don't even know.
No.
We don't even know. We
not
are
consciously, at least.
Yeah, we're just like, science is even continuously coming out with more and more breakthroughs and ahas about like how much more connected reality and matter and all these different life forms really are, when they're seeing like quantum entanglement existing, and these phenomenon where, like, you know, manipulating one molecule of matter can cause that a molecule, you know, light years away to be reacting in the same way. And like there's all kinds of connections that I think we don't even totally understand. And so, you know,
and I think one of the most powerful ways, I agree with that, to connect with it is by meditating, is by connecting to that thing that is observing in everything, the part of us that is beyond just our personalities and our physical bodies here. And that's why I think doing things like this meditation, are so powerful, because we're all connected now. Are we, you know, are we in a soul grouping together? How, you know, that, who knows how
Maybe.
we're all connected. I think if you're interested in this topic, and thank you for bringing it up, I love talking about all kinds of different things.
Never feel bad about entering in like a random question or random like ideas in the chat, because like this is why we do lives. We love to engage with our audience. We love to talk about things that you guys want to talk about. And and with that being said,
well, I was going to mention that if you're interested in that, definitely check out Bashar. If you don't know Bashar, he has a lot of interesting videos and talks about soul groupings, the oversoul, different, like a soul experiencing different lifetimes all at once. Like, I mean, just really interesting concepts. So if that's something you're into, definitely go down that rabbit hole with Bashar. He's a channel and has really interesting things to say about that. But yes, I think this is a good time to get into the actual meditation. Spell the name. Yes, we'll type it in the chat. Yeah, just look up like Bashar channeling. Most of his stuff he doesn't put on YouTube. He's not like Abraham Hicks where he just lets his stuff be out, but definitely check it out on his website.
Matthias DeStefano talks a lot about interdimensional existence and past lives and things as well. He's someone I've been listening to a lot recently.
Okay, great. Well, when we're getting in, I just wanted to mention, going into the meditation now, I want to remind you that we have the super chat option now, which is up. And for anybody who was here last time, you know that if you do the super chat, that means putting your intention into the group, into the circle. And what we'll do is at the end of the meditation, we will call in and uphold your vision, along with anybody else who is in this meditation now, or anybody who else who will join us in the future after this has gone live and we put it up on our channel. That means all the energy of anyone watching will be upholding your vision, and we will claim it for you, especially for the new year. So we are grateful and appreciate your super chats, and we will give you a reminder, I think, at the end of the meditation aspect of the video.
Yeah. And that is to have those intentions verbalized out loud, and like the power of that, right? We do these lives because we believe in the power of the collective focus, the collective creative power of shared intention, shared focus really does amplify our ability to bring things into being. And the word manifest, a lot of our channel is about how to manifest love. The word manifest actually means to reveal, right? And a lot of people, I think, don't realize that that's the real meaning of the word manifest. If you look up the definition, to reveal. So we're not creating something out of nothing. We're not enforcing our will on the universe to bring something into being. We're just revealing something that is already there. So what we're doing in this meditation is going into the state of being, the feeling that already exists, and connecting with that reality in which you are the person who is in love, who is in a state of love. And when we connect with that state of being of love, then we can find the people and be around the people and be attracting like a magnet the people who want to be in love with us, right? So this is what we are doing. This is our goal for these live meditations, to help you and to help ourselves connect with that state of being. So with that, let's go ahead and get into it. And today's focus is, again, who does love inspire me to become? So we're going to start getting into that feeling and connecting with that maybe future version of you who is already in this divine relationship, who is already in a deep, soulful relationship that involves so much trust, so much deep intimacy, real fulfilling connection. And how does that feel to be that person, to be with that person, and also to be the person who embodies that for somebody else? Brings that sense of security, connection, inspiration, and joy to another person. How does that feel? And who are you in that vision? And take a few deep breaths into that, breathing in through the nose, breathing deep into your belly. Feel your belly expand. And exhale. Allowing yourself to get comfortable, closing your eyes, really sinking into this meditation now. Take another deep breath all the way down into your belly. And exhale. One more time, breathing in, letting go of any distractions or doubts, and we're just breathing into this higher version of the self, maybe the true you. And exhale. Begin to feel into your heartbeat. Feeling your heartbeat in your chest. Sometimes it helps to place your hand over your heart. Just really pay attention to this rhythm, sensation of the heartbeat in the chest. Is it beating slow or fast? Realize that this rhythm going in your chest is as unique as a fingerprint. It's your own unique rhythm of life. And there is a real intelligence and consciousness in the heart itself. Our heart begins beating before the brain is even fully formed. So it knows how to operate in itself. There's a deep, deep space of knowing within your heart that we can connect to simply by listening to it. All the things that we may have come to pray about or ask for or wish for in this meditation. Let's think about, what if we listen in prayer? Our heart has many answers that are waiting to be remembered. We just connect and listen. going deeper. Imagine that there is like a door on the walls of your heart. You see and feel this pulse in your chest. And you're going to step through this door and actually step into the inside of your heart and just sit down in the middle of this four-sided room where all the walls are pulsing with the same pulse you feel in your chest. And even though this beating is going on, there's a real loud sense of silence. And there's a real sense of peace and security in this room that is your space, your heart space. And only you have the key to open that door that you walked through, to come in and sit here. And no matter how many times our heart may have felt hurt or scarred or broken, you're looking around at the walls of the room and seeing no cracks, no damage. It is whole and complete, and you realize from within here, this space can never be hurt or harmed. And inside the walls of this room are written the answers to any questions that we could ever have. The heart knows. Sometimes all it takes is a few moments to get quiet, get still, and listen. From this space, peace, knowing, we're going to begin to paint a picture of the person that your heart knows it wants to be. We're going to paint a picture of what it looks like, feels like, sounds like to wake up in the morning as that person. What are the types of things that that person goes and does during the day? We're going to paint that picture together.
Everyone just take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to see the vision of a large, very large screen coming before you. And then I want you to realize that you have a remote in your hand. And on this screen is going to appear the many different versions of yourself that are possible coming into this new year. And staying in this heart-centered energy, I want you to ask yourself, who does love inspire me to be? Who does love inspire me to become? I want you to look up on this big screen and begin to notice that you can scroll through different versions of yourself, different versions of your life. Some will have vast differences between them. You may see yourself living in a different location. Your appearance may be different. Some may be very subtle. But just take the time to scroll through these screens, keeping the question, Who does love inspire me to become in your heart? When you arrive at the screen that feels like it is in alignment with that, stop scrolling and take your time. You may want to investigate a few of them to see which one feels right. There may be an adjustment in your appearance, your energy, your emotional state, your personality, the words that that version of yourself is saying. Just take a moment to scroll through and find the version of yourself that feels most in alignment with the question of who love inspires you to become. And once you've found it, I want you to notice that on the remote, there's a very large glowing purple button. And this button is able to transport you into the screen, into this version of yourself, where you will actually become one with this version of yourself. So when you're ready, I'd like you to hit that button and feel yourself being pulled into this vision, pulled into oneness with this version of yourself. This version of yourself who is in love, this version of yourself who has been inspired by love. Once you've merged with this version of yourself, I want you to take a moment to feel physically how it feels to be in that body. Feel how it moves. Notice how you breathe. Are your breaths full? Are they deep? Do you have any tension anywhere in your body? Do you feel very relaxed? How do you stand? How do you walk? Try out this new physicality. Move around like when you try on new shoes at the shoe store. See if it feels right to you. Now feel the emotions inside of this version of yourself. Are you confident? Do you feel peaceful? Do you feel excited, inspired? Allow all of the emotions to just pour over you. Experience it literally through the eyes of this different version of yourself. This version that has been inspired by love. Integrate all of these feelings, all of the sensations, the pacing of your walk, the pacing of your talk, the words that you say. Just notice what naturally happens in this version of yourself that is inspired by the love that is coming to you. I want you to imagine what a day in the life of this version of yourself looks like. A version of yourself that has been inspired by beautiful, deep, soulful love in your life. Imagine waking up in the morning. Notice where you are. Is it the bed that you sleep in now, or are you somewhere new? Know and trust that your consciousness has access and your heart has access to great information, to great insights. So just trust whatever is coming through for you now. I want you to wake up and feel the energy of love all around you. It's not important if you see the person there with you or not. You may see them, or you may just sense their energy. But this meditation is about how you feel as someone in love, how you're inspired to give and share. And just gently go through your day. What do you eat now? What activities are you taking part in? Who do you see? What does life feel like to you? How do you interact with others? How do you treat others? How do you talk to others? How do you help them when they're feeling down? Are there new people in your life? Are you doing something you've never done before? Allow any insights to come to you and just appreciate them and know that this is an available, real reality that you can begin to access now by embodying this energy, by embodying this state of being, that you're able to access it because it is a potential possibility for you. And by accessing and embodying this energy, you are that much closer to connecting to the love that wants to come to you. They are looking for you just as much as you are looking for them. And embodying the state makes you that much easier to find. It brightens the light, it brightens the beacon of love. So now I invite you to just do anything else that feels right, to explore any other aspect of this potential reality. During this time, if anyone is inspired to share a super chat and share their vision of love, this is the time to do so. Just a reminder for those of you who are interested and would like to do that, we will hold your vision. We will read aloud your vision in this space. And everyone here and everyone who will ever watch this will be able to hold this energy of love, which also benefits anyone else who is watching, by the way. It's very powerful when you can hold space for someone else, when you can visualize something with an open heart and with sincerity for someone else. It also reflects back on you. Just
One of the
continuing in this
benefits
space.
One of the benefits of being able to visualize for each other in a space like this is we often don't feel the same kind of resistances when we are visualizing. Sometimes our ego pops in and wants to ask, how am I going to get there? How am I going to do this? When we're visualizing or creating ourselves. But we don't really do that for others. So it's very easy to visualize and see things as already done for somebody else without any resistance. And that's very powerful because that kind of giving energy, giving of our creative force for the sake of someone else's dreams being fulfilled, it does come back to us just the same way that we were talking about the ripple effects of the work we do within, helping others. When we help others, we also help ourselves. So if any of those visions, as we were painting the picture together of your vision of love, of your vision of who you want to be, if any of those came through really clearly and you want the support of the entire group to hold space for that, the super chat option is the way to have us verbalize that into the space. And we also give gratitude in advance for anyone choosing to support in that way, because it is also a way to support us, to help us continue to offer this.
And just staying in this really awesome energy, this new self that you've gotten to explore and try out, kind of like putting on a new outfit. But except for this time, I want you to keep it on. I want you to keep this new sense of self on. And what we're going to do is we're going to step out of the screen as this new person, as this energy that you've selected from the many options available to you. And knowing you can always come back and tweak or change anything you'd like. But just know that the vision that you had today is just right for today. I want you to step out of this screen and back into the room where the remote is. I want you to hit the off button so the screen goes dark. And feel and realize that you're now standing in and as this new person, this person that love has inspired you to become, understanding that that is one of the most powerful things that you can do to inspire love to come into your life. Sometimes it feels counterintuitive. You feel like you have to go get it and do it and make it happen, which those things can be helpful. to stand in your truth, to stand in your power, to stand in your knowing, to stand in this energy of something before it is transpired is unmatched. So giving thanks to yourself for being willing to take the time to do this.
Thank you.
So amazing that you're willing to show up in this way, to share the energy of the group in this way.
Yes, and for everyone who's been showing up and coming in and attending, it motivates us and inspires us. I feel better coming out of this meditation than I did before we started. I have come out of my screen feeling a change in my body language. It's like my spine wants to stand up a little more straight. I feel more relaxed. I feel more at ease about everything, and just like a sense of humor of everything. That's what I'm feeling coming out of this space. And so
And I just want to guide, because I know for me, when I go in, I kind of like sometimes need help coming back out or just need a moment. So if you're still in this meditative space, just taking a moment to get more of a sense of your body, moving around a little bit. Also, just knowing that as you come back in your body, you're coming back kind of calibrated differently. So give yourself a second to relax. Sometimes drinking water, anything like that can be really helpful, because we're shifting energy here. We're shifting into a new state of being. So give yourself a moment to kind of come back into the space and out of the meditation, but still being able to hold on to that sense of who you became and knowing that you are that now.
yes.
And as you're ready, just kind of come back into the room.
Yes, if anyone wants to share their experience, share any feelings or aha moments they had, please do. Also, we want to remind you guys of, yes, this is a new year. Share your New Year's hype for 2023, right? We are excited for the new year, and just bringing in so many new things like these lives. We're really enjoying doing these lives every Sunday. It's kind of a new thing for our channel, and we're so excited to continue to do that throughout the year. We're really, really jazzed about the group coaching opportunity that we've mentioned for a couple weeks now, coming up in January later this month. If you want more information about that, you can email us at h.i.twinsouls@gmail.com, emailing us, letting us know that you are interested in the group coaching opportunity.
You can also message us too. Yeah, you're about to say that on Instagram. If you follow us there, Twin Soul Poets on Instagram as well. We just want to know why you'd love to be a part of the group coaching this year. For those of you who have already sent us your emails, we have them. We are compiling them, and we're going to send out a blast email shortly, but we're just giving that a little more time. We have a little bit more information we're going to be putting out about the group coaching, but then we'll be sending an email with more information for those of you who are ready.
And make sure, if you are interested at all, message us now, because we only have 10 spots available for this group coaching opportunity, and we will be diving deep. Just how we're doing in these meditations, this is a small taste of what we will be doing with this group of 10 people. 10 amazing, brave, adventurous souls who are committing to their journey of love and finding love and attracting love in the new year 2023. It's a very synchronistic year. Many people talk about the fact that it's 2 and 2 and 3 adds up to 7. That's like a lucky number. It's conspicuous. It's a good year. Now is the time. The time is now.
Did you say conspicuous? Auspicious?
Auspicious. I think I meant auspicious.
I don't think it's conspicuous.
I think I meant auspicious.
Feeling very relaxed
and filled with peace. Yes. Love it, Lucida.
That's such a good energy to start the year with. And also be gentle with yourselves. We're all humans. We're all going to have ups and downs, but your intentions matter. So it's like, even if you have a little bump in the road, but you have the intention of making this year the best it can be, if you have the intention of love this year, like, give yourself a pat on the back for that. Because so many people don't even take the time to become aware or to show up, and you're showing up. So just you being willing to come to this meditation and say yes to this is a big step. Saying yes to the group coaching would be even bigger step, because like Hamilton said, we're going to be very practical with this. Like, for me, my personality, like, all the spiritual stuff is great, but like, tell me how I can work in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me how I can take that concept and make it work in a real way that I can touch, see, feel, taste, And this is going to be such a powerful way to do that.
Feels cleansed. I had a white t-shirt on in the vision, cutting vegetables, having a golden day.
I love it. I love the
Yeah,
specificity.
veggies.
Sometimes it's so surprising, like what things pop up like that. And it's just like,
yeah, I always see a really prosperous garden when I do the visualization for myself, and that's something Ingrid and I want to, manifest for ourselves as well. So love that. Love
and then like
vision of
the
cutting
crazy
the
thing
veggies.
too is when like one day you're in the vision. Like I remember
Yeah.
specifically, I went to a workshop because I was like all in. Like if you guys want love in your life, like I was all in to get love and for anything else you're gonna doing. But I was like, I'm gonna commit to this, and I have to remind myself that for other things I want in my life. But I remember she took us through this visualization. She said, "See yourselves, in this scene together." And for me, I saw us in the kitchen, and I felt him come up behind me and kind of grab my waist while I was cutting something or stir frying something. And then like maybe a couple years later or whenever time we had met, we were in our apartment and I was cooking and he came up behind me and put his hands on my waist, and it was like this like memory, like if you remember like That's So Raven, the TV show on the American TV. It was like I had this like vision, and I remembered, I was like, I saw this happen. I absolutely remember this moment, and now I'm living it, and it was so beautiful and so inspiring too. So just know that like we always are sharing from things that we've experienced ourselves. Yes. And I want you all to have that experience too. Like it was so magical to be able to know that it was real.
Yeah. And we have a testimonial video coming out that will just be some of the people who have coached with us before sharing their experience of what they got out of it. And everyone that has worked with Ingrid and I knows that we love to be practical. We talk about a lot of concepts and a lot of big ideas on our channel and in these live meditations. But we love, just like we're doing here with you today, where we're actually like, let's get into it. Let's dive into the feeling. Let's do this practice where we can sit down in meditation for 20, 30 minutes and literally come out of that meditation feeling like a different person. And like many of these people, Bashar and Dr. Joe Dispenza, they talk about you literally are coming out of that meditation as a different person when you go through these processes. And these are the kinds of things we like to do with our clients, where every time we're getting into a session, we want to get into an exercise that's actually putting things into motion, putting things into place, making real powerful shifts in the moment, right? And so if you message us or email us, you will get more information about a breakdown. Exactly. Quantum leaping, we will send you, anyone who is interested and messages us and feels like their vision of why they're getting into the course is in alignment with what we're teaching. That's important. We will get back to you with a breakdown of exactly how we'll be going through this 6-week course, what the group will be doing together, how we will be utilizing that power of the collective, creative, focused intention to create love for not just ourselves, but each other. Each and every member of the group will be benefiting from the presence and contributions of everyone. So we are facilitating, but everyone will be a contributor in this powerful process by being part of it, showing up and contributing your visions and also holding space for each other.
And I'm inspired to say this now. If there's anybody who's been coming on our lives or watching our videos, either right now in the chat or people who may watch this after we post this, who want to share a testimonial of even what these lives have done for you or what our videos have done for you, like even if you haven't worked with us one-on-one yet or in our group coaching yet, but you want to share that and you would like to be a part of our testimonial video, we welcome you to send, a few sentences about how our coaching, or not our coaching, but how our videos or how our content has inspired you in your life. So we would really appreciate that. And by doing so, you'd just be saying you'd be willing for us to put that like on our website or in our testimonial video that we're making, because we love the feedback and it helps other people understand what they'll get and how they'll benefit from working with us as well. So we would be very grateful for that too.
Yes. So we are very excited about all the beautiful new things coming in this new year. We are claiming and deciding that this year, 2023, will be the best, most successful, most joy-filled, most love-filled year yet for you and for us and for all of us, right? Our world is shifting into a much more empowered and uplifted state of being and really connecting, I believe, with more empowered state of love. I think we are seeing that worldwide, and I'm claiming that for this year. Big, powerful healings, big, powerful breakthroughs,
and support.
And support.
And if you stumble, it's okay, because you have support this year, that you have people that you can lean on, and that you can come into this group every Sunday or into the group coaching and get support and get inspiration, because it's okay if you have a down day, but just know that there are going to be people here for you, that you're surrounded by seen and unseen support. Let's not try to be perfect. Let's not try to be something other than human beings, but let's know that we can reach out and say, I need some support today, or we can offer that to someone else too.
And to Lucida, yes, you could send the testimonials through email if you want to send a written one. If you would love to like record a video testimonial or an audio testimonial, you can also just email us that you want to do that, and we have a link where people can upload video testimonials on a Google Drive.
Yeah, and that would be if you did that super short, a minute or less. But we're going to be putting that together really soon. So if that is something that you're interested in doing, please do that sooner than later, because it's going to help us get the word out about this group coaching, which is coming up at the end of the month. So
much appreciate the support from you guys. Thank you for the encouragement, Heath. We will keep up the good work for sure. We're going to continue to show up and just offer our little contribution to spreading the energy of real, deep, soulful love on the planet. That is our intention for Twin Soul Poets. That is our intention for the new year. So we love you guys, and we will see you guys in the next video. We got a video coming out tomorrow, so don't miss it.
Peace.
Peace.